This is the H3 podcast channel. This is leftovers, which means that it is the Hassan and
Hassan.
Ethan Klein. Look at these two paragons of humanity. Just soak that in for a second. Oh, yep, he died. He died. Why do I have to have Ellie Wood in this one?
Because you get Heaven Seal.
Oh, and so you just have to have all of them so that you can pick which one gets it?
Yeah.
Alrighty, we're going to skip ahead to the segment where they discuss the Twitch React meta.
Don't you stuff. You do the same shit? Don't you hypocrite? Don't. That's how I imagine XQC commented on it.
Thank you, XQC.
Basically, yeah, that was XQC's entire thing. With chat. I mean, with chat. With chat. This is like tiny bony arms like up in the frame of his like chair and everything. I'm like, what the hell, dude? Why are you always calling out the chat? Your chat's flying by at like 1 billion miles a second. So here we go. The chair reactor himself
arguing with someone in chat.
Yeah, I think he'll see like one chat here or there and potentially be able to like comment on it, but I don't see him being able to comment on much more than that. So we have the chair reactor himself, and then the guy that won the fair use case for YouTube. And they're going to talk about the new React meta, and we're going to react to them talking about the React meta.
Finally being a guy that like people yell at when they think of like, oh, Twitch streamers fucking suck.
Well, to be totally honest with you, dude, I don't like XQC. I think he sucks. I don't care anymore.
I think he sucks.
I mean, he's definitely an interesting figure.
He's an infringer. He's a sellout.
Ooh, a sellout? Sellout from what?
I think he sucks.
Sellout from Canada? What are you saying?
He sold his fans out big time for some goddamn gambling money.
Yeah,
and
I got it.
So what is the conversation happening right now?
I like how Ethan Klein is fine with sports betting, but thinks that like kick and stake are the bane of the world. Like if you're going to fall into gambling, there is no difference. They are equally bad for you.
I just don't get how you could defend kick ever.
Yeah, I guess that's his only point is Bitcoin bad.
Yeah.
The conversation I believe started around Lemino's new JFK assassination video.
I believe. Shut up. You know exactly what this is about.
The one you racked up like 50K views on YouTube on?
He literally is like,
yeah.
What a dishonest piece of shit.
Weasley little liar, dude.
You actively know that you're like a huge part of this discussion. You're not gonna just own it.
That specifically covers the book depository aspect, and I'm actually very excited to see all the other angles as well, like specifically the grassy knoll.
Acting like he cares. This is the same guy who, when asked, hey, can you just show my name on screen or can you just give me a shout out, a retweet, didn't. And he's like, oh, I can't wait for the next one that's going to be the only thing my stream talks about that day so I can eat food and walk away. Like, you don't really give a shit, bro.
He's just covering the JFK assassination, which is probably one of the most covered assassinations of all time. It's an incredible conspiracy. He did this like 1 hour and 25 or 1 hour and 30 minute, like brilliant, super comprehensive, incredibly well edited video.
Oh, did you watch
of course, everybody reacted to it. It was trending. He's got millions of views on the video now.
Did you react to it?
And then people got like, someone got very mad that XQC had reacted to it as well, and it like only had like 10 additional minutes of runtime off of the original video. And they just like posted a screenshot and were
is
like,
that why they got mad? Is that why they got mad, or was that just an example of why it was weak?
Maybe they were like, man, it's weird that this person just re-uploaded the entire video and probably didn't react nearly at all to it and got 500,000 views.
Yeah, I think there's more issues here that you could be looking at, bruh, than just, oh, look, the number is about the same as the other number. Like, clearly.
I don't think that dude, let me know, spent a whole year making that video, but it was definitely a long time. Like, he didn't upload for a whole year.
Oh, I believe it.
And then that's his first video.
Dude, that video is insane. Let's look at Let Me Know.
I haven't actually seen it.
You haven't seen it? It's good. I have watched it. The way that it actually goes through everything and then goes back through again with, like, it goes like official story, it does some side stories, it shows places where stories changed as they got interrogated multiple times, it shows places where, why don't we have the tapes for this interrogation? Yeah, so that was 10 days ago, and his last video was a year ago.
Yeah.
And then it's a year ago, 2 years ago. So yeah, this guy does 3 videos a year. Let him get the 10 milli, right?
Nope. Wait, how much is he at right now? 5
He's at
mil?
5.4.
I think he was at 4.5 before. Jesus Christ, Hassan. Why are there like 8 different people uploading it?
Because it's the Hassan Industrial Complex.
Jump off a bridge.
He's at least got 1 million views there. Yeah. And watching him...
And then XQC had like 500,000.
It gets even better. It gets even better as he tries to defend it.
You know,
But did he upload it to his YouTube channel?
I believe he did. Yes.
That's fucking crazy.
And you know, a lot of Twitch streamers do stuff like this.
You were gonna say did too.
Yeah, I mean, I reacted to it as well. A lot of the same people that were yelling at him were also trying to yell at me and be like, "He's the same. Hassan does this as well." And it
oh, thank you, producer.
Well, there's a couple different reasons. I mean, look, I'm not going to be like, oh, he's not reacting hard enough or it's not transformative enough. I don't know. I haven't watched his reaction or anything like that.
Well, we can't. Did he take it down?
No, I don't know what happened. I don't even think Lamino personally has said anything about it or has like...
I mean, is he too Swedish?
Struck it or anything like that. But...
He hasn't taken it down? Hold on, let me look.
I haven't paid attention to the XQC side of things, but
the
very
Jake Paul and Diaz
people
fight
that have been like making this their live
maybe
mission to
I just whenever I think of Jake Paul, I just think of like the Paul brothers when they first got on YouTube, and it's just like I don't know if I care about any of that.
Yeah,
it might be interesting, but I don't perceive myself enjoying it too much.
You know, criticize React content in general, especially Twitch streamers, and how they're like technically the same as like rapists doing sexual assault if they're doing reacts to YouTube videos.
True.
They were up in arms about it.
I hate this. I hate this line.
You hate this line?
It wasn't. He wasn't talking about all React streamers. He was talking about you, Hassan.
Mm-hmm.
He was talking about you specifically. He just was like
you and X
not trying to.
Leaving.
Not even X. It was just like, no, Hassan has quotes where he's literally like, who cares if they consented? I'll just ask after. If they don't want it, I'll talk about it. I just won't view it again.
Ugh, what an awful thing to say.
I'll never see their shit again but like I'll never ask beforehand. Like that's his literal whole argument.
He's talking about the mentality of a rapist.
Viper AU was like, or fucking whatever the fuck his name is, Dark Viper, was like, yeah, that's pretty rapist mindset, but he didn't want to name anyone specifically. And it was also just a written document. It wasn't like an actual video. So he probably would have had quotes, like shown the quotes from Hassan in the video, right?
Right.
But it just all got misinterpreted to him calling all React streamers rapists.
Of course. I mean, they
Thanks, Charlie.
Might as well be.
Some of them definitely.
They're raping the
That's all.
content, you could say.
Well, and everyone.
Not the people, no. That's just the people that live in those streamer houses that you always hear about.
Why not the people?
Because it's just the people in the streamer houses that you hear about.
Mm.
And if the people want it, it's
Lizzo
not
stuff.
rape.
Problem is, like, there is, well, not the things that I just mentioned, but there is certainly truth to some components, like, of the criticisms overall that have been swirling around about React content. I myself have absolutely been someone who is
A shitty reaction
has
streamer.
broken some of those boundaries, but I
Yeah.
usually try to.
Which boundaries did you break?
Yes.
One of the things is, I think you'll agree with this as well.
Dig, Ethan. You're too dumb. Dig in.
Oh, it's just
Keep
like,
going,
don't
Ethan. You're gonna find it.
leave the video
Bullet's case
running
wide
when
open.
you get up.
100%.
To go pee.
Yeah, you can't
That's
do
like-
that.
He's like a fat guy who's like talking to the butcher at the buffet, like, wait, tell me about where you get the pigs at? Like, just going in. Keep going.
Pretty basic stuff.
You stopped doing that?
I only do it with I usually only do it with my videos that I know are from my friends, like Noah
Okay.
Samson, Second Thought, things like that. And it's
You do not have my permission to walk away from my
for the
videos.
record, I'm not actually walking away for any extended period of time. Like, what are you supposed to do if there's an emergency and you have
Just
to get
say,
up?
wait, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
This-
You can, well, that.
I love it.
Holy shit. He doesn't know.
You're not allowed to walk away from my videos. Just say wait and come back. Just hit pause. I love it.
And
He
also, you
doesn't
can
know.
pause it. But the problem is,
Yeah, pause the video.
when you pause the video, it's just like
Yeah, pause it.
makes the content awful. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like,
That's no.
you
I'm just
can't-
telling you. No, no. I know.
I understand,
You're
but
right.
You say, guys, put on a
You're-
song or something. You know what I mean?
You're
Fucking
absolutely
chill.
right. You're 100% right. You should just throw up
You're
a
100%
BRB
right.
screen.
But I'm not gonna listen
Or
to
I
you.
should.
God, think about this guy. This guy goes on the internet, watches political things, and tells people what they should think. Meanwhile, kowtows because a guy who makes more money than him, is more popular, has more clout, is telling him that what he's doing is dumb. He can't
Yeah.
say, no, it's fine because they're getting my content, or all those other arguments that he's made in the past. He's just
Because he knows they're complete fucking
he's
horseshit.
just eating it.
Like when people were watching MasterChef and shit, he was like, "No, guys, we gotta stop." Before he started doing it himself, he was like, "Guys, we're pushing a little bit too far.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want them to crack down on us. They'll fuck everyone."
Oh wait, they're not cracking down? Hell yeah, give me some of that money.
Yeah, literally.
Ethan's shocking you. Again, for all of his faults, Vape Nation won a lawsuit proving that he was the epitome, like he has it framed that he is the epitome of fair use. So like,
Yeah, they put King on his plaque.
God, I love it.
People
just
don't
throw
mind
them-
waiting. I mean, I go to the bathroom all the time.
break it.
It's like, hey, guys, I'll be right back. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Over the course of an 8-hour stream, though, of course, that happens way more.
Voyages, Virgin Voyages. What is this, Epstein?
Virgin.
Get out of here.
more frequently than you would, you know, because 8
The
to 10
nature of the
hours.
beast, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not taking
It's about
pause
filling
to
it.
pee.
It's about filling that space a little bit better.
You could plan something ahead of time. You could film
Yeah.
something to play when
Oh,
you're there.
really?
Just-
The best part about this is it sounds like Ethan is telling Hassan what he should do. But really, in his brain, Ethan is saying what he thinks X could do. Because he keeps saying, like, XQC is such an asshole or such an idiot or the worst. And so when he's like, you could do this or you could do that, in his brain, he's thinking XQC. But Hassan's,
Yeah.
like, sweating. Like, he's like, oh, fuck,
Yeah.
he knows.
Dude, it's so good. It is so good because Hassan has heard all of these arguments from other people who hate him.
Yep, and now it's coming from somebody who has way more clout than him.
He's just like,
Oh shit, I don't know what to do now.
It's entertaining. You know
What
I mean?
what I thought about doing, what I started doing a little bit is like I'll play a complimentary video that
Oh,
is,
are you
like,
making this up as
off
you
of
speak?
Instagram
He's-
or TikTok.
He's trying to think of like what the top comments say that are like fighting him on these. He's like, oh shit, what do they always say? What do they tell me to do? I should I'll play a TikTok video. There we go. They'll like the TikTok videos.
or something. That's what I
Mhm.
started.
Mhm.
That's what I started sneaking in. if I need to like get up for a second.
Oh,
So
you know
it's
what
not the
Brucey
original
does
video.
that I thought was a pretty good idea? He plays like highlights from his stream or something when he has to walk away.
That's a IRL stream. You can do that on your IRL streams. Like you have readily available clips that you can just like play the highlights whenever it goes into low bandwidth mode.
You can do it on desktop as well. I don't know if that's a newer thing, but
Yeah.
Oh, are you producer man in the background like, hey, numbnuts, you can do that too. There's no way Ethan didn't do this on purpose. Yeah. What makes me think he didn't do this on purpose is later on, he literally is just yelling at XQC. Oh, he's like, you're such an idiot. I hate him.
So I will say this. I mean,
So that's one aspect of it that I agree with, that I'm an offender of as well. Back in the day, especially, I used to have a setup where I would cook simultaneously. I didn't have a camera in the kitchen, but I would cook. But I also had a monitor in the kitchen, so I would watch the video, and I would run back to the desktop to pause it if I wanted to say something about it. But it was bad optically.
Dicey.
Yeah, it was bad optically.
Extremely rich
People got very
person.
upset.
Yeah.
So
Full
I
camera in living room.
recognized that was wrong. I stopped doing that.
That's
But
good.
now, you know, you'll still catch me getting up because I have to pee or I have to take Kaya out
I have
for a
to
second
pee.
or whatever. But I don't cook.
You just have to take
I
my
get
dog
food
out.
delivered.
Here's what I'll say. I mean, I've been watching your YouTube channel for a while, and the videos that you or your editor, whoever, uploads to YouTube are very highly edited.
Oh yeah.
And totally, I think, totally fair.
On the Hasanabi channel, when it is relating to politics, his videos are very transformative on YouTube. But you pull up, and I watched XQC do this. He pulled up Hasanabi watching JCF, the criminal psychology guy, on the Hasanabi like main channel, and it's just Hassan like eating a grilled cheese for like 5 minutes, not even doing anything regarding the video commentary.
Oh, that's so nice.
$1,000,000%.
Yeah.
That's the other aspect of this that I was going to say. We're talking about like live reacting on Twitch versus packaging content for YouTube. The way I see it is everybody does react content. Like
Everybody
you do
does
react
it.
content as well in certain respects where
Baby
like
can't do
we
that.
are all
Baby
all
can't
art is
do that,
derivative.
but everybody
We're
else
all
do
looking
that.
at other people and like maybe doing commentary. Every aspect of the commentary sphere is react content. The way I shoot my live
Oh, there's a comment in his chat replay here that says Hassan used to use a fake video of himself when AFK. What?
I believe it. I believe it.
Like, people were laughing at the chair so much that he's like, fine, I'll just like pose in a position, hit go, and it'll just record me for a minute, and I'll have that on loop while I leave. Oh man, you guess the word transformative content is too hard for some people to understand. It's tough for people. They can't read the 4 pillars.
streams is I have YouTube in mind. So every single video that I react to that is a YouTube video.
Focus in, everybody. We're getting the artist behind the scenes here. He's got YouTube in mind, all right?
I know I could turn into a YouTube video personally, but given the aspect and the limitations of live streaming, it's not going to be as punchy. So there's going to be dead air sometimes, or sometimes I'm going to get up and have to take care of an emergency. You know what I mean? But
what is this video stream about tonight? Finishing up the Sam Cedar one, which we just did, and then now we're reacting to Ethan Klein attacking Hasanabi through attacking XQC about the React meta. Vape Nation strikes back.
if it's appearing on YouTube, if it's on any of my owned and operated channels, I have 4. Everything else
I
that
have
you
4,
see
by
is
the
not
way.
mine.
The
It's
one,
fan-owned.
right.
It's never going to be outside of the bounds of fair use.
I mean, here's the difference between your channel
Never,
and
ever,
XQC's,
never,
which
ever,
I'm looking
never.
at now. This man uploaded 5 videos in one day.
See what I mean? He's just so in on XQZ. He doesn't even notice he's throwing his buddy under a bus.
No fucking way that anybody's putting any effort into this. Like here, I watched this video. Andrew Tate's.
You could have multiple editors. I mean, I have multiple editors.
Let me see. This video, Andrew Tate's controversy have finally caught up with him. I watched this video, so let me see.
From a police raid on their mansion resulting in...
And of course, XQC wouldn't care about uploading this because he doesn't have any moral.
Well, okay, but you're watching like Andrew Tate's controversy that finally caught up to him. That's not necessarily like this isn't even. I think the most.
Hold on, go ahead. What are you saying? It's not what.
This isn't even that bad. Like you're.
How do you know? I just started it.
Because no matter what it is, it's probably like a. Is it just a bunch of news reactions?
No, it's a video.
Oh, it's just one singular video.
Yeah, it's one video. I know because I watched it. This is the end for Andrew Tate. I watched it from Internet Anarchist. Yeah.
That's not.
He's defending it and he doesn't even know what's going on in the video yet. He's just like, no, wait. He's probably okay here. Don't throw me under the bus yet. Now there is an exception to fair use when it comes to news-related content, because there is this idea in America that information and breaking stories, it's more important that they get out rather than worrying about, oh, who owns the copyright to this event. We'd rather spread the news than worry about that. So if you are doing React content on news, you will tend to be more okay to just let the news play. However, when you watch a lot of React streamers and they look at like news stuff, they usually have something to say because that's like the whole Twitch politics, right? Is that's their wheelhouse. That's where they want to say stuff. And where they don't say stuff is when it's somebody's really well curated, edited videos. And it's like, come on. At least have that argument, Hassan.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's the guy. That Internet Anarchist, ironically, is the guy that fucking Aiden Ross false copy strike because he thought he was my mod.
Okay,
that's the guy. I was like, what the
So, like, I mean, just right off the bat, what the fuck is this editing? There's 10 seconds of him sitting there like a moron. Look at this idiot.
Yeah, I mean,
he sounds like Michael.
No. This is like that. I mean, hold on. Let me get a taste of this.
You've never seen Hassan?
No. Ethan Klein. I've never actually watched a video of his.
Oh, really? Oh, I need to show you some Vape Nation so you can see some like good Ethan and not just this Ethan.
Yeah, I would hope it's all, not just this.
Yeah, no, his old stuff is so good. But yeah, he's like, I hate X. It's so good.
Why wouldn't they cut that?
Christian Tate being held in a Romanian jail cell for over 3
Look at him.
months.
He doesn't even know what the fuck he's watching.
I think the main problem here
what a
is
moron, dude.
The main problem here should be that if this is on your main channel, you should definitely edit it more for sure.
Hold on, Hassan. I really want to see.
Hold on, Hassan. Shut up. Let me make fun of this idiot.
Like, this is like my fan. This is like fan-owned and operated channels that just like straight post VODs, like straight rip VODs.
And Hassan is giving us the reason why you should just shut up sometimes. Because if you just shut up and let Ethan dig into X a little bit, and you don't bring up fan-related channels and all this kind of stuff, you won't run into what you have to talk about in a minute here.
So you know what I mean?
Past 6 months, but with the recent developments in their case, it seems like this is just the beginning. Hi, I'm the Internet Anarchist. I create weekly YouTube documentaries.
I mean, this is already theft. He didn't even intro it. He didn't talk about it. He's literally just sitting there quietly for the first 30 seconds. You should sue him. Fuck you, XQC, you thief bitch. I'm not surprised he's stealing people's videos. He steals people's money too.
Go in, Ethan.
By the way, look, you're talking to someone who I do not care about IP in the same way that you do. We have differing opinions on it.
You think that you should be able to take people's videos and re-upload them?
Well, not necessarily. I think
not necessarily.
I think you should still
what necessarily
abide
then
by certain standards. But overall, I don't really care. I don't really care if someone rips my IP.
No, but you're talking about IP law. Or are you talking about what your preference is?
My personal preferences and what I think. my personal preferences
bring up the fact that
and
benefits
what I
everyone, Hassan.
believe and how I believe IP should be run is significantly more
How should IPs
hands-off.
be run? How should IPs be run?
I think that there should be a similar structure to how patents are supposed to exist for all content creation. That after a certain amount of time has passed for like television productions or for even movies in general, that IP should be completely lifted and you can make derivative works off of that with ease.
That's a very different like argument though. The idea that Disney should not still own Mickey Mouse is a completely different argument than when person posts content, I will take content and play on my stream while I go, huh, huh. That is a night and day.
Disney still own like the old cartoons they made? Why wouldn't they still own those? You know,
like they still own it and they can still sell it, but like the idea that they like you can't make a Steamboat Willie cartoon, that is a little ridiculous. You can't.
Agreed. Yeah.
Hassan doesn't even put thoughts into what he says. Why would he care if someone steals his content? Yeah, he stole the content, so you're really just stealing from the next guy.
Dude,
Well, that's like
his content is sitting there and talking. His content isn't 20 hours of editing a 10-minute video.
Yeah,
You can't, like, stealing his content is stealing nothing because he contributes nothing.
it's true.
50-year scope. That doesn't
Not even a
reflect what
50-year
we do
scope. I
on
think it
this.
should be shorter than that.
Okay.
That's number one. Number two, I think that as far as like rigorous control over IP, I personally don't have it. I don't believe in it. I don't think it's a good
What
thing.
do you mean you don't believe in it? I don't understand what that means. You think that people should be able to steal your videos and upload it?
Yeah, which is why I have.
Why?
Yeah.
How is that fair to anybody? Do you really believe that?
Yeah, well, Ethan, if you
Because he makes so much money before the video hits YouTube, he doesn't care. Oh, it's ridiculous.
literally search Hassan Abi, there are 1,000 channels pretty much that literally take everything I do on my stream and re-upload it and make money.
No, I know that you don't care.
Yeah.
But you're talking about like the law.
In a perfect world,
I don't care that much.
Just it's like a fax machine trying to calculate what to do next.
What will make him not hate me?
Yeah.
By the end.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the law. What do you think? He's like, I think the law should be what I think. So
Either
broken.
about what people do with my content.
Yeah,
But
in a perfect world, I think that content of this sort would be heavily subsidized by government subsidies in the arts, in the field of art.
You would be subsidized?
Everyone, every type of content creation would be heavily subsidized, so that it would not be art would not be created
I
for
don't
the
feel like
sake
you're
of like
speaking to like a real world.
monetization. Yeah, which is why I'm saying my own idealistic.
I want that. I want that. I don't think you're speaking to a real world right now. That is the motto for Hassan's whole channel.
Understanding of the world versus what is happening in the real world are two separate issues, or two separate scenarios.
So you believe that people should just be able to
IPs
steal
freely
your content.
I don't consider.
re-upload it.
Well, first of all, I don't even consider it
monetary gain.
theft because people do that already, and I have given allowances for people to do that.
No,
However,
I'm not saying people are stealing.
You're not
your
everyone
content.
else.
Yeah.
I'm talking about IP laws in general.
I think that the protections should only exist for people like YouTube channels and whatnot, people that are smaller independent operations, and that the restrictions should be heavily limited for larger corporations.
So how do you decide who's a smaller and who's a larger?
That's actually a really good question.
Bump, remember?
Yeah.
Don't they get the fat bump, Hassan? They get the fat bump you
bump?
give them. They give them you give them the Hassan bump. That's how they find out about it. Remember? That's how they find out that you watch their video, because they get the fat bump. You fucking piece of shit.
I'm trying to remember exactly what was said this morning, but I think Destiny had a clip where he was talking about how one of Hassan's editors actually went through a video and that Hassan had watched and found the creator and looked at their analytics, and there was no bump. Like, the bump doesn't exist.
Dude, we know the bump doesn't exist.
Shocking,
We've
right?
always known it doesn't exist. The only reason why Lofty thinks the bump exists, and this is his whole reason for liking React streamers, he thinks the bump exists because some dude reacted to a meme of his and actually linked to him, or like a extremely popular person reacted to a meme of his, and that meme blew up because of it.
Oh.
But the difference between that and you know what Hassan does,
And also,
and really,
the difference between that when you have a YouTube channel with, you know, he's up to what, 7,000 subscribers now? What was he at the time?
probably a lot less. I think he gained 500 from it.
You know, it's like, it's nice that you gained 500, and that was literally doubling your channel at the time. However, that's not a lot when you already have, say, 100,000 on a YouTube channel that's sort of mid-sized, right? That bump that you're talking about suddenly doesn't mean much.
Well, even then, the fat bump is normally like 100 to 200 views. Like, that's normally the extent of the bump.
Yeah.
And that's because, like, people watch, like, they saw it on Hassan's stream. Now they're going to go to the video for, like, 5 seconds, leave a like, and immediately just kill the analytics because you're killing watch time on the video. People are clicking, giving it a like, leaving. That means YouTube doesn't want to promote it anymore. You're just fucking the video hand over fist.
Yep.
But even beyond that, the reason why memes are like different than all other forms of content is because they're rewatchable like fucking songs are.
And they're also like designed to be shareable. That's like the point of a meme.
Exactly. Like, a dude can watch a meme, get 1 million hits on it, and like the meme can also get 1 million hits on it because it's a fucking meme. You're just spreading a meme. Memes are rewatchable, songs are rewatchable. Lofty didn't understand this. I literally explained this to him, and he was like, well, I was in his chat, so maybe that's the main reason why he doesn't understand it. But he was like, I don't know if I believe that. I don't know if I believe that. I'm just like, yeah,
no,
well,
sometimes chat's hard to understand, but also sometimes Lofty is dense.
Lofty Senior, I think it just makes sense.
You think the reason Lofty got the bump is also because he and Tyrone... Oh, freaking fruit fly, get out of here.
It was a Tyrone. I think that was the dude's name, Tyrone.
Tyrone are on the same platform.
True. They were also on the same
yeah.
platform. Hassan's on Twitch, and that doesn't exactly translate to YouTube.
It also, because everyone's, or not everyone, at least like Destiny and Mauler's debate, it was, well, just copy claim it. So if they post a video on YouTube that, like, they rip my stream, they put it on YouTube, I can claim the video, and any money they get, I get. That's the point of the copy claim. You can't copy claim somebody's Twitch channel from your YouTube channel. So the way that they just earned a bunch of money and stole a bunch of viewers from you, you can't get that cash. It doesn't exist. So the cross-platform copy claim just doesn't exist.
Destiny said that you could definitely do that. He said that it was super easy to do that. He has seen no evidence that's not easy to do that. Therefore, it's very easy to do that.
No, it's easy. So he did say it's harder cross-platform because you have to have an account on each platform. But that was one thing that he said, and then I think it was Mauler and Ordinary Gamer were both like, no, that's really hard to do cross-platform. We've tried, and I think he conceded on that point.
I would hope he did.
Yeah.
I don't want to dislike Destiny. I just end up disliking him because he's an idiot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty easy to do sometimes, but you know, given the choice, I'd get a beer with Destiny before I got one with Hassan, so.
But there's also a difference in that I'd be paying for my beer if I went with Hassan.
You'd also be paying for his beer.
True. The fucking millionaire's like, nah, bro, you gotta pay for your own.
No, bro.
I know I invited you out here, but like this bar, you know.
Meanwhile,
I know I invited you to this super expensive bar, but like,
kind of costs a lot in these streets, man. I don't know.
It's hard in these sheets. Meanwhile, Nebraska boy is like, yeah, I'll get you drinks.
I don't have an answer for that. I've thought about it a lot, but I do not have an answer for it. I don't know. I think like maybe revenue structure wise, like after a certain.
So what you just hit? Yeah, you just hit
a
like money number, and then you have
cap,
no more
and then
protection.
it limits down.
What if
like a progressive taxation structure where it like basically limits the amount that you can maintain your own intellectual property patents.
What if that's how you make a living? So they take your IP away, and then all of a sudden your business goes bankrupt because everyone can steal your content.
What do you mean? Why would your business go bankrupt?
Has no concept, because the problem Hassan doesn't think businesses should make money. So
he doesn't get it.
He doesn't get it. What do you mean? Why would they go bankrupt? You're saying if they don't have a product to sell, they're not going to make money? But they're businesses.
They're business.
Uncle Cenk always had money.
Your business potentially,
You make money.
You're making money by creating proprietary or unique
Proprietary.
Okay.
So once you were like, hey, my business is doing great. I'm making $10 million a year. And then you lose your IP.
I have an issue.
Oh, you do?
How does that make sense?
I have a real world issue.
Real world issue.
I need help with.
Hit me.
I'm trying to make French toast right now.
Yeah.
Again. I don't have a whisk. How do I get rid of like the egg in the bowl that's gonna turn into egg whites in the pan?
How do you get rid of the egg in the bowl?
Yeah, because I'm making the stuff you dip the toast in to make it French toast, but that involves egg and milk and like if you don't
use a fork,
completely break it down. Use what?
Use a fork.
It didn't work last time. Like
what?
It is small enough to where it's just gonna be like specks all across it.
Whisking with a fork.
Hungry.
Here's how you whisk with a fork. You ready?
We need to hold the bowl steady with our hands. And what we're going to do with this, just using the end of the prongs, we are going to just whisk lightly
And you just do little
round
circles.
in sort of an oval shape.
Yeah.
To whisk the egg.
And you do that until the
This
egg's
will work
fully
with any
yellow.
liquid that you need to whisk with a fork.
Do I need a smaller bowl?
I don't know, how big's your bowl?
Too big.
If your bowl's too big, tip it so that you can be whisking it at like a side of it. But yeah, try a smaller bowl maybe.
I have a smaller bowl next to me. I'll use that.
Okay.
Oh shit! I dropped my fork.
God, no, that's the only fork. Now he's got to use a chopstick, a single chopstick, which you can do it with chopsticks. I've done that too.
Yeah, I've seen videos of people doing that.
I did it. I made it to this town. You put it in a cup.
Oh, you did it!
Yeah, you could also put it in a cup, put your hand over it, and just shake. Me? That's right. You're with them, right? Who is this?
Okay, let's try again.
Not my singular.
Because it's still unique content creation, which means
people
that
just start re-uploading it, and then your bottom line is going to get crushed.
yeah, you'll certainly, well, on your old library content, you would still have like some.
You see that this is so much more complicated
Yeah,
than it is.
100%. Yeah, I
For no
make things
reason.
more complicated. I don't understand that.
Well, I mean, I think this is still the way that it currently exists is still pretty complicated.
It's not that complicated. It's like, I mean, the only
I mean,
complication.
it definitely is complicated.
Fucking Ethan Klein is telling you it's not that complicated. Oh my goodness, it's gold. It's freaking gold. You wish you hadn't gotten nuked? Yeah, me too. I wish you hadn't gotten nuked either.
People abuse DMCA. You know this already. Like people, there are, like
That's not complicated.
even in the way that I
very
have
simple.
simplified my structure where I'm like, do whatever you want, make money if you want off of the content. Even then, there are bad actors. For example, there is a network of like botted channels from Vietnam that until like,
blame
I don't know,
the Vietnamese, you ass. Water tech. The pool invention people. If you need a pool, go to watertech.com.
We're like uploading videos about fishing that then turn around and start uploading videos of my streams.
That's just okay. But that's not my
But
point.
then
Is
they
that
DMCA other fan channels or even my channels sometimes. They try to DMCA me with my content, and they're abusing the DMCA structure.
It's not complicated. It's just that you just need to sue someone to find actual results.
It's not complicated. Just sue their ass.
Straightforward, I feel like.
You have to have, well, bad actors are always going to exist, which is why you need to have some regulations, some laws around it, which is what I'm saying. I agree with you on that. There's always going to be people that violate it.
The last
if you want to understand why I have this opinion,
regulation around this. The fuck is he talking about?
But he preaches regulation, so he has to talk like he does want regulation, even though he doesn't.
He's just like, Republicans, make sure this doesn't go through. Please. Fuck. Did Ellie just rescue her?
We did not have access to
Ellie would just
movies when I was growing up that in a timely manner. We did not have access to video games.
That's what level 4 will do for it, Elliewood. It gives him the biceps are able to carry a horse off of a Pegasus.
Growing up in a timely manner. And the only way I was able to enjoy
actually, I think he's still level 3 in this version.
Growing up in Turkey was cracked video games.
He just went from I should be able to steal people's content to put on my stream to in Turkey I had to play pirated video games because we didn't have access any other way. The night and day, the Mott and Bailey, right? The idea that you create an argument that's really hard to defend and then you use an argument that's much easier to defend to sort of work with and change everybody's vision from the actual thing that you can't defend. It's called a Mott and Bailey argument. And so now he's going into this idea. There are entire dev teams that are like, if you're in a place where you can't get our stuff, I want you to pirate it because I'd rather you enjoy my game. And you can't pay me for it anyway, so I'd rather you just pirate it. This is not a thing that people are debating. We're not like over here like, oh, well, should Somalia be able to pirate video games? Who cares? We're talking about you and your lazy ass that's built itself a mansion somehow.
I want the North Koreans to play fucking Disco Elysium. I want them to play it, okay?
They gotta play Atomic Hearts, man. They gotta know.
They gotta figure it out.
Why would you pirate a game? I don't know what Turkey was like when he was growing up, but we pirated in my shithole third world country, so it's okay to steal readily available YouTube content and be lazy about it. Man, it's almost like it's not complicated.
There's a massive black market that was readily available where you could go and purchase a game
Why you gotta
in a
make
brick
this
and
colored?
mortar retail store that exclusively sold like pirated material, basically pirated movies and pirated video games. And the only way I had access to anything, like the only way I had access to anything that was going on in the rest of the world was through purchasing through a black market substitute, cracked video games and pirated movies. So,
sounds like they figured it out for themselves over there in Turkey.
Yeah, because it was not there was no way that you could.
That's a solution, I would say.
I don't see the solution of making everything IP-less.
So my point was, but that's a violation of IP. That's like heavily illegal.
And good for. And I mean, I'm not saying that they shouldn't do that. I mean, whatever. You know what I mean? Do what you got to do.
So you're fine.
Need laws to protect your.
Okay, so we're not that far off from one another on this issue.
I'm not saying that if you break IP in Turkey, you should fucking have your hands cut off or something. I don't care.
No, I mean, first of all, there's no hand cutting in Turkey.
I know. I'm just.
Well, it sounds pretty backwoods. You can't even get video games without pirating them.
Okay, so you and I are in agreement on this then, because it's more of a wink and a nod where it's like, hey, listen, you know, sometimes you're gonna steal some movies.
If XQC re-uploads one of my videos and just sits there watching, I should have the right to sue him.
Yeah.
Why do you think that?
Yeah, if you
wait, what did I just say?
Regardless of my own personal belief, I think that there needs to still be some limitations to what you can and can't do, because there's going to be bad faith abusers of.
It's not bad faith.
XQC a bad faith abuser?
Okay. We figured it out.
I think XQC.
He wants regulation, on what people can sue him for.
You're right.
God, I hate this guy. What a piece of shit.
Is working within the bounds of a lack of regulation around this sort of thing.
But it's not going to be regulated. That's the. I mean, it is, but you need to be sued. There's no
like
mechanism.
His perspective on it. His perspective on it is like, as long as nobody comes after me, why the fuck would I stop? Which I kind of understand, because that's how I approach like IP from like MasterChef, for example. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Like big television productions.
Bringing it back to one of the worst things Twitch ever allowed.
And they would be right to sue you. I think they would be in the right.
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes, they would.
I think it's, but ultimately, I think that's like kind of that kind of structure is kind of ridiculous. For example, here's why. Like,
why?
As Twitch streamers, when
Tell
we're
us
watching
why.
stuff or when we're reacting to things, like we quite literally get paid by either Hollywood studios to react to certain things, or react to trailers, or even sometimes react to entire videos, right? Like entire episodes. The problem is that given international IP restrictions, when you do that, there's a tremendous amount of limitation on what you can watch. You have to geo-lock your content, for example.
Yeah, okay, so the streamers are paid to watch content sometimes by the
streamers
company.
It's paid as a marketing thing, and when they have to do that, they have to, like, he's saying geo-lock, so they have to lock it down so only certain regions will get that ad, because they don't have the license to be able to do it in other areas.
Exactly.
What does that have to do with you taking other people's content that didn't ask or know that you were going to take their content? I don't understand.
Yeah, how do we wrap this back around to you freebooting and just uploading other people's shit onto YouTube?
It's crazy.
Example, if you are watching anime, like you might do like a Crunchyroll spot where Crunchyroll will be like, we're gonna
that's
give
my
you money
spot.
to
Get
watch
out of
an
here.
entire episode of anime. When you do that, you have to geo-lock where your content can be watched.
Gotta geo-lock it.
You have to
Geo-lock
abide by
down.
certain sets of restrictions. And I feel like with respect to larger budget productions like that, the reason why I'm mentioning the ad component here is because, like, obviously multi-million-dollar corporations,
You heard anime.
corporations see value in, you know, someone like a Twitch.
Apparently, some anime would pay Hasanabi to watch it. Crunchyroll would pay Hassan to watch anime in order to get people interested in anime. I don't believe it. I don't believe it for a second. People already pay him all their subscription money.
Streamer reacting to their content, right? Because there is value to it. It is you're marketing this material to a broader audience. They don't see it as a market substitute. They see it as a good thing.
Because it's not a
But
market,
also on
it's
top of that, even
marketing.
when you're doing that,
Assuming they see it as a good thing.
There is a reason why they only showed the first episode of a show when they do that, and it is because there is still value to be had if you only watch the first episode.
Oh, this
How
guy's
is
got a
this
hit
hard?
of 14. Yeah, no, it's so insane that they don't understand that.
Why would they give money? If it wasn't a good thing,
Oh,
why
well,
would
no,
they pay?
sometimes they'll do it to promote a show, but in the case of like Master Chef, I don't believe nobody's ever reached out to you and been like, "You're good to go." Giving you, like, legal clearance.
Well,
but like if Crunchyroll's like, "Yeah, we want to pay you to watch this new show."
yeah, I'm just using that as an
makes
example. I'm using like one of the examples to show you that, like, yes, I think there is a conversation that can be had about the value of like watching something live.
There, of course, there's value.
Yeah.
But a company decides like, "Hey, I want you to do this."
The entire gaming industry,
Especially
relies on
something you wouldn't normally be watching. Like you wouldn't normally sit down and watch a fucking episode of, you know, tits out, guns out anime or whatever it is.
Ah.
Yeah, well, it's not just anime.
Are you
The
sure about
entire,
that?
like I
girl
said,
with
the entire
Ethan
Are you
watches
sure you want to
tits
just
out.
sit down and watch that?
Ethan watches tits out, guns out. We just proved it. Right here. You heard it from the man himself.
Gun Boob? Is it Gun Boob? Is that a show?
Gun boob, tits out, guns out.
video game, the entire gaming industry relies on Let's Play as a way to market their product, which is why
I'm not saying. Then there are symbiotic relationships. Like that. I'm not saying that.
Which is why, for example, video games could be subject to the same kind of DMCA restrictions that that any kind of content that you consume online could be subject to. I would take it even one step further. Things that you show,
take it a step further,
like this. The fact that there's a brand on here that we are not sponsored by, but we have this brand right here. This could technically.
What brand is that? Discotech?
Depending on, I think, how far down the rabbit hole you want to go. Like, a lot of this stuff is licensed, right? Licensed imagery. We actually technically don't have the license to show this.
I don't know the legality of that.
Not true. Like, that's not important. The only time that becomes an issue is when you start saying stuff that damages their brand. Companies love when you show their stuff off, as long as you're not damaging their brand with whatever you're doing. It's totally normal. Totally fine. Oh my goodness. What? How dumb.
When do you need to hop off? Because it's like a semi-short stream.
Yeah, probably 10.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with
that
that
is
at all.
interesting. Well, I can just interject from my experience working on like movies and TV that
thanks, Dan.
Everything that appears in a TV show has to be cleared.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
That's why they don't show you brands in like a certain
Well, they're
productions.
just right.
Not
They're-
necessarily because
Well,
they want to have
I
ad.
mean, so what? Anyway, I want to watch XQC. Fucking, I really want to get a sense for when he starts talking.
And today we'll be taking a look.
We're already watched how long we watched this fucking thing? See, this moron is such an idiot. He's got the he didn't even edit it. I'm looking at his. I can't tell which is his time bar and which is the one of the video because it's so fucking unedited. Like it's so he cares so little.
This is a straight VOD rip.
It's been going for 30 seconds.
The recent news and developments in the Tate brothers saga, following their move from jail to house arrest on the 31st of March 2023.
Fucking moron.
You guys are going to know.
Shut up.
No, man.
Shut up.
No, man.
He's not even talking about the video. He's responding to a comment in chat.
Yeah.
Hold on.
News and developments in the Tate brothers saga, following their move from jail to house arrest on the 31st of March 2023.
You guys are going to know. You want to know? He's like, come on, know, man.
Bro.
Chad is saying, don't watch this video. Why are you watching this video? And he's saying, I want to know, man. I'm an XQC analyzer translator.
So,
let me explain something here.
So
that is going to happen on a live stream. That's always going to happen on a live stream.
Okay, listen. Right now,
your
Hassan,
criticism is about uploading this straight VOD rip to your YouTube channel, right?
There's two prongs. There's two prongs here. One.
Two prongs.
Is uploading it to YouTube, which is insane. And he should be sued for this, and I hope people do. I mean,
I don't
shame
think
on
the
you.
content creators themselves always care about it, which is why.
Not always, but when they do, they should have, it's their right. I mean, I don't think it's respectful to upload a video like that, period. At least put a fucking little effort in to make it watchable. Like, what is this shit, dude? Moron.
That's just me.
He's just like ripping into
clearly some content creators do because they're making a stink about it.
Yeah, which is the point is this, okay? There's two different classifications to have conversations on. One
pick
is
up a
what
freaking
you're
horse,
reacting
but
to
I
on your
can't
Twitch
pick up
stream.
Hector.
And there's standards of practices on that as well, or like what's the most ethical way to react. You can have a conversation about live stream reacting, and then the other side of the story is what you upload to your owned and operated channels, to channels that you own, that you have creative control over.
I'm going to speed this up a little bit because he's not saying much for every
yes,
word.
I maintain the position that like things that I upload to my channel, to my YouTube channel, have to abide by certain standards, because if it was just straight VOD rip, it would be very boring, and it would be in some respects, maybe not technically a market substitute, but like not a good representation of like what kind of content I put out on my own.
Well, okay, so there's two prongs. The YouTube one we've covered. The Twitch one has not really been tested, to be honest with you. And there's a lot, I feel like there's a lot of, listen, the walking away and leaving things playing, it shouldn't be done by anyone on Twitch ever.
Look at that. Shouldn't be done by anyone on Twitch ever. First Light. Save up to 40% on firstlight.com.
Yeah, I do it all the time. Like, there's no...
I mean, I just think you're creating a huge legal liability by doing that. Because one day somebody's going to come start suing people. And if that's up, and if you've done that, you have a huge liability.
Yeah.
There's no way you can justify that in court.
No!
Or to a judge.
Yeah, playing it, I guess, like, technically the only thing that you could do is, like, from a legal standpoint, I'm not even saying this is, like, apt or adequate as a counter. But maybe like chat. No. I don't know. Like having different.
All that proves is that there's people there fucking consuming the video that you're not.
Yeah, you're right. Overall,
but if you don't care about IP, that's one
overall
thing,
the reason why overall the reason why like a lot of YouTubers don't complain about that in general, but they might, and you're absolutely right about that. Overall, the reason why a lot of people don't complain about that is because they don't see it as a one-to-one. They see it more as like promotional. Most YouTubers, most
but it's not up to them to decide that.
What do you mean? It's
not up to the streamer to decide if it's promotional or not.
No, you're right about that, which is why it's more of like as long as nobody complains.
If only there
about
were a
it,
creator fund that could help with these lawsuits. Yeah, the FUPA fund.
They don't seem to care. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But
remember when I was doing that, it was older seasons. It was never like a new season. I would literally have the contestants on. I literally had the No, I know. I'm just saying that like it was still
that doesn't matter.
I love it. Like, even if I were to put out a final product from that, which I never did.
That's good that you did.
My goal was always to make it as entertaining as possible, and also on top of that, have like literally the chefs and whatnot that were involved in the content creation process in the secondary marketplace.
There might.
Why would you do that, Hassan? Why would you spend all of that money reaching out to all of those people? Is it because you gave Trainwreck shit for watching the kitchen show, and then people started giving you shit when you watched the show, and you were like, oh shoot, I better do something about this, and so you decided to try to make it a bigger thing than it was, but you wouldn't have done that otherwise? Is that what's going on here? It'd be crazy if that's what was going on here.
Might even be like more relaxed analysis for live chat or for live streams because it's not archived somewhere. But it's just not been tested, you know. But I would definitely encourage you not to do the walk away play thing.
Encourage you personally,
if you are
Hassan,
watching
not to do it.
To provide. To be, conscious of how much analysis is going into it, which I think you are, but some people aren't. Obviously.
Even if you look at like fan channel upload reacts, the one thing that
the
haters
fact
are always
that
confused
Hassan
about is like
always
there's this meme
says,
about me,
which I think you are.
the chair meme, right? It's a part of Twitch culture because like when you're live for 8 to 10 hours, two things that are always going to happen is like one, you're going to be eating on camera, so that's like a big meme. The other one about live streaming in general is that of course you're going to get up at a certain point, right? That is where that chair.
Just say you got to take a big dumpy.
Which then turned into like, oh, Hassan just like will click play and then leave his chair on and walk away.
You do that though. You just said you do.
No, but there's a difference. I don't let the video just fucking run throughout the entire process.
Oh, you don't just let the video run? What do you call it?
I get up to either take a piss sometimes if I really have to pee without pausing the video, which I should. I should do like a BRB screen or something.
I'm
Working on I'm trying to figure out a better way to do that by possibly playing something that like either the person will never have issue with, or rather playing like a TikTok or something, just like jiggle some keys
a
in the eyes of
TikTok
the audience so that it's like
you mean stealing some other platform's content that has worse content ID than YouTube and Twitch?
So right, and that's fine, like I said. But at any rate, XQC is the biggest fucking douche offender piece of shit ever. I literally hate him.
Okay,
he's so vile.
Like,
why does he
just
hate
the worst,
him so
man. He
much?
doesn't care about anything.
I think there's definitely.
I don't even hate him that much. I just think he's hilarious.
I didn't say he's the worst person online.
He's just like. He is just doing whatever the lack of limitations and boundaries are. It's just like
that's why he's getting paid $30 million to play fucking
100 million
Stake or whatever. $100 million to play Stake. I mean, that's like.
Well, he's not. I don't know if he's playing Stake.
He is, right? I mean,
I don't think he's gambled, or maybe I don't know. I don't watch Kick.
Why do people watch this? Like genuinely. Let me watch this now.
So
why men can't get matches?
That's another question. Ethan, people say that about you, and they say that about me all the time.
No, but he's not saying anything.
But it doesn't matter. Some people like it. He is.
It doesn't matter. Some people like it. Oh man, you should use that one in court.
Very representative of like the average gamer.
A group picture to make it seem like he has friends. A picture in Paris to make it seem like he's cultured.
I just want. Wait, pause for a second. You know what's funny? All of these videos are kind of fire to react to. Like I'm watching this and I'm like, damn, I should react to this video.
Just say some shit and you're good. Don't just sit there like a moron.
Why men can't get matches on dating apps? Like I feel like that would be like an 8-hour video for me. I would watch this fucking 10-minute video and lose my mind probably.
Picture climbing mountains to make
just get a body double. Yeah, just have an AI deepfake of himself.
The woman doesn't feel safe sharing a lot of
40 seconds.
So she chooses
not a single comment or introductory statement or anything. No words from him, frankly.
And she's ready to go. They start swiping and hope for the best.
45 seconds.
At the end of the day, when the
50
woman checks
seconds.
her phone, her like counter is full. Practically every profile she likes is an instant match. Soon, she's overwhelmed
1
by the
minute.
amount of matches and messages in her inbox. For the man, it's a different
Is he
story.
even watching the video? Is he just like looking at a fucking like one of these cat things?
I mean, I
do
think
this?
he's watching the video. He's probably looking at chat. There's
A
a
little
lot of stimuli
metronome.
when you're live streaming, so it's like hard to exactly figure out what's going on.
You don't need to defend him, Hassan.
I'm not defending
He's
him.
a
I'm
monster.
defending myself, Ethan. That's what it is. Because like I've gotten
Oh,
the exact
you
same
are?
types of criticism, and you can absolutely make the exact same types of criticism about me if I'm being perfectly honest. The reality is that.
But you don't upload it to YouTube.
Yes, that's the. That's
I mean,
the
that's a
major,
big difference.
That's the major difference.
Is that
If
a
you
big
ever See a video
difference?
like that on YouTube, it is most likely from a fan channel that took a straight VOD rip and posted it on YouTube and is monetizing it themselves. It's not. It's not.
Here we go. You ready? You ready for this mind blower right here? No!
Not touching me in any capacity. And
Can I be honest with you?
What?
There will be a time, in my opinion, where still be some legal hammer that will come down on streamers. And there will be a time when you guys will look back and be like, damn, I missed it. That was crazy that we just sat there watching content. Like that day will come when you guys will not be allowed to do this anymore because it's just so risky. Because there will be legal precedent. I agree. And so I
Papa
that's truly what I
Bless
think.
coming
But
down
again,
with the truth bombs.
my criticism of him right now is that he uploaded this to YouTube. Because I understand the nature of live streaming. You sit there, stuff is going on, like you said. But for him to be like, yo, okay, so this was actually fire. I'm not going to edit it at all. I'm going to cut this unedited.
Yeah, I don't think
basically
he thinks
their
about
video
that at all
put it on
because there's never been any kind of. I don't think he's ever gotten criticized for this even.
What? Yeah, he has. He's got shit for this all the time, doesn't he?
Up until this very moment, there's never been an excuse.
You're here for the Fire
for
Emblem?
doing this.
Good.
I'm telling you this because I've been getting shit on for years, in spite of the fact that I have like these boundaries on how I make this kind of content and what
You don't
I
have
choose to upload
boundaries on
my
this.
actual like owned and operated page that's like heavily edited. Regardless of that, I've been getting shit on online for years and years, and not a single peep was ever made about XQC
Is that
in that
right?
process.
I thought I'd
and he
seen
never
that.
fucking sidestepped to be like, hold up, guys, let's stop now. I mean, I do this too. It's kind of ridiculous. He's never fucking come out and like defended me in any capacity, despite the fact that
Ooh, the beef rises. Hassan now bringing up the fact that X has always been on his ass about how lazy he is with everything. What happened to him? Did he get divorced? No, I think if anything, I think Hila's pregnant again. I think they're having another baby. He's like, ah, shit, I got to make sure the next generation is giving my son good content when he grows up.
he himself was a regular abuser of the same structures, if we're being real. The same goes for, again, Charlie, Moist Critical, any kind of Asmongold, any kind of live streamer that is live reacting to content can always have this kind of footage cut out of them because they're live for
But
10
he
hours a day.
uploaded this to YouTube.
It's the same. I understand. That is a big difference.
I understand.
That's why
But
I think the important thing to mention here is that uploading that kind of VOD content to YouTube without any editing whatsoever is not good, and it's not a good product in general. But listen,
Not a good
the one thing I
product
have to
in
mention
general.
here is that it's no different than when podcasts first came out and people would get clipped out of context all the fucking time on podcasts because that was the first time that we were experiencing like an uninterrupted 3-hour medium of content from people that were not media trained to speak for 3 hours.
I don't
So you
think
could
that's
very
similar at
easily
all,
Catch someone off
honestly.
guard and make them appear a certain
I think catching someone else off guard and having somebody just say, oh, hey, chatters, watch this as you leave are two very different things.
way.
I don't think you need to make excuses. I mean, look, just own it. You do that shit.
What do you mean?
You do that shit. You watch.
Oh, here comes the sword. he's turned the sword. It's coming right at him.
I mean, you and all these guys. Yeah. Feel like, yeah, I do that shit. You don't have to like make
No, 100%.
analogies and excuses and stuff. Just be like, I do that. I do that shit.
It's not an analogy at all. The point is, you have to, if we're talking about it like live reacting, if we go back to like the live reacting on Twitch side of things, I like that there are no legal limitations to it. I think it's a good thing. I know that, and I know you know that the YouTube live DMCA
And I know you know that
structure
I know
is,
that you know that.
definitely ripe for abuse. That's number one.
Well,
And
it's the same DMCA structure that governs Twitch, isn't it? It's a set of laws that
Yes.
provide platforms.
Yes,
the means
the automated process and the way that YouTube has set it up has made it so that you can like very quickly shut down most live productions. You can very quickly shut them down, or you can immediately monetize them. I mean, you've had this issue. There's a reason why like you can't even watch like a TikTok video because you're worried that if there's 10 seconds of like music that slips in, then all of a sudden your 3-hour content that you produced with a team of brilliant producers and put together, all of a sudden is gone because of like a slip up. And I don't think that structure is good for making.
I don't think it's like something to even really stress or about. But I do think like it's good to acknowledge like, yeah, we are doing this thing that's probably not right. And I'm thinking about ways to better address it. Because it's like you said, it's the industry standard. It's the norm
Ramsey drop?
of how
What is
people
that?
operate on Twitch. And I do think it's worth acknowledging that, you know, in some cases it's not right, which you have done, right?
Yeah.
And so,
Which you have done? Oh, just the way he just passes it around. It's
less
so
automated
funny.
process, though, I will admit. One, because it's obviously personally beneficial for me, but two, I think it's better for making unique derivative works in general. It really limits your creativity. It limits what you can and can't do. People can immediately go, well, creativity, just fucking play a YouTube video, walk away.
You're
But,
right.
like, no,
you still have to consider the rights of the people that
Yeah.
made the content. But like, and I think the reason that it is more lax on Twitch is because legally there's more room to play with because of the whole saving it and archiving it and putting it up on YouTube.
Yeah.
Gives a little bit different playground to play it. That's why I'm being super extra critical of XQC, because look at this shit. And I'm at 1 minute. This motherfucker hasn't said a single word.
So far, he has only received a couple of likes. And has 0
Oh, here we goes.
He becomes frustrated.
No, false alarm. Minute 10.
Whoa, okay.
Starts questioning his self-image.
He's not saying anything
So much
yet.
effort.
Give him
What
a
the
minute.
fuck is he even talking about? Who is he talking to?
He's setting up a nice profile.
I could tell you don't really
Why
watch
can't he
Twitch
get
at
any
all.
matches?
Listen,
'Cause,
I'm
like,
on
this
YouTube
is-
right now, dude.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, I could tell you don't really. YouTube live streaming is very different due to the automated DMCA structure.
Not that Ethan's on YouTube. The fact that the video you guys are talking about is on YouTube.
Judging
You
this,
would not be able to do this on
I'm
YouTube.
judging this as a YouTube video, which is what it is.
I understand that. I know
I'm
it's
not-
hard for me.
you know what I
It's
mean?
hard for me to separate the two in my mind because I'm like,
I know you're feeling
that's like
defensive because you feel
because
like
I'm looking at that and I'm like, well, that's if I was watching this on Twitch, I would be perfectly understanding that
it's
it's
a
like
YouTube video.
yes,
That's what I'm criticizing. there.
fair.
Yeah.
Exactly as fuck, yeah.
To answer that question,
Good comment.
you need to understand the numbers
120.
behind dating apps. I made a simulation of a dating app with 1,000 dummies
You
to
did
try
it.
to understand why men get so few matches.
Minute 30. No commentary.
Dating apps can
Yo, because they gotta
Oh, we got a big screen. Here it is.
compete, guys. I feel like this is just like, check. Can you just break this down? Just
Shit,
evolutionary.
shit, shit.
Like,
I just-
it's just like normal, like.
I love how easy it is
Like,
to do
you
an
gotta compete, bro.
XQC.
Can we transcribe
Chat, chat,
that?
chat.
I feel like this is animal shit.
He's
so-
trying to talk about evolutionary psychology.
No!
And he's saying that like the reason for this disparity on dating apps for men comes from.
Ellywood, you bastard.
giving him a lot of
Fuck
fucking
Mevlin.
credit.
I mean, I understand what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
That's what he's trying to say.
Well, you can.
Do all these tricks and add all these feathers that are all these.
See,
colors
there's
with
editing.
men, And
We got the bird. We got the
the
Rolex.
women, it's just a brown bird. Because the men have to appeal the best and do
This
all
is
these
an edited
tricks
video,
and they
Ethan.
have to compete.
I've just
Well,
said it.
no, this part's fine, even though I think he sounds like a moron. It's
Okay,
fine, right?
I've
But
I
it
know
took
what I
us 2
should do.
minutes to fucking say a goddamn single word about it.
Well, first you got to establish a narrative. What are we watching? You know what I mean?
Well, he didn't do that.
Well, he let the video do it. I think.
Well, he needs to do it.
Did he let
I mean,
the
yeah.
video do
He's
it?
not going to talk for 2 minutes.
I mean, he's.
Listen, I'm just telling it like this is what it is, dude.
This is
dating
an edited
apps can
video.
paint a distorted picture of what
This,
real dating
this is
was.
not an edit.
Whatever.
Like,
But yeah,
this is
XQC's a moron.
barely edited.
I really dislike him. I don't
Okay.
get the hype.
Did we make any? Do we touch any new ground on the ethics of live streaming? I feel like we need
Wait.
to summarize it. Like
Okay,
a
there we
TLDR of
go.
it.
That's
Here's
better.
what I think. I don't think what you're doing makes you a bad person or wrong or something that you should feel guilty or even get dogpiled.
I
about.
don't even feel guilty about what I'm doing.
Okay.
Oh, my
But what I
Blaine's
do
corner
think
doesn't
is that
really like.
It's good
Sit
for
right.
streamers to start acknowledging
XQC is the reason
there
women
are
shouldn't drink during
boundaries.
pregnancy.
And there are certain things you can and cannot do, or there are things that make it better, and there are things that make it worse.
How do I fix
And I think
this?
it's good for React streamers to start acknowledging those things and trying to work to make it better.
Yeah, I mean,
As one example, not walking away well.
I've gotten criticized. I've gotten criticized a lot for this
Whoa,
for many
that's
years.
huge.
And regardless of the personal vendetta or the genuine interest that like my interlocutors in those
Fail.
situations had about like whether it be generating clout for themselves or whatever, even though I
Be
very
fit
swiftly
for right now.
apologized for it and tried to make amends for it, and they just refused to recognize that and just continued hammering on for
That's
years and
better.
years about how big of a piece of shit I am. Which made me drop any pretense
But I
of
gotta
trying
make
to
it. Hold
respond to
on.
these people altogether. There are truthful aspects of their criticism, which I've taken.
There
to
are
heart and
truthful
have
aspects to their
changed,
criticism.
the
You heard
way
it
that
here.
I live stream even on top of that.
Good, great. You know.
He's
I
literally
guess, like,
changing the way
other
that he
side of this
does
is that
things.
If pressure keeps mounting in this regard towards live streaming and like live streaming uploads onto YouTube, I'm gonna
But
have
he's
to
not.
start cracking the DMCA whip on my own Hassan Eclipse Industrial Complex like fan
Do
channel.
it!
Right.
Because
Crack that whip!
One, it's not good content in general if you're just like leaving that dead air, and if you're not editing it in order to make it transformative.
Just to be clear, you're talking about fan channels that upload your clips wholesale.
Yeah.
Not you.
Yeah, VOD rips.
Yeah.
Yeah, just not me, because you will not
Do it.
find. I don't think you'll find a video from my own personal channel where like I'm not.
You won't. I can
good
vouch for
faith,
that.
like
No.
watching a video with the hope of making
Can
it as
you vouch
transformative as
for
possible.
that?
I do that for every YouTube video that I watch for sure. There will always be
I don't
exceptions
know.
to the rule. Like I can't say across the board, you know. But
Lofty and Vito are on Racket's channel. Oh, but we're about to get to the good part, where Hassan's like, I can't use the copy system on this guy.
ultimately,
all right, we'll do this.
given
here.
how much I do add with respect to the context, if you're a fan channel out there and you're like uploading straight VOD rips, stop trying to go first to market. Another thing that they do that's frustrating is like they'll literally steal the original art, the original thumbnail, and just slap my face on it as I'm doing like soy face. I hate that shit. You didn't change the didn't change the fucking thumbnail.
They're gonna do all
you
that.
didn't change the title. You're basically trying to squeeze into the algorithm and ride the coattails of a YouTuber who fucking worked a lot and spent a lot of time and effort and money to make a video. I don't like that at all.
Can I tell you, those guys have upset me a few times where I'm doing one of my interviews and then they'll upload you reacting to it before our show's even done.
Yeah. Like, yeah, no, they're
oh my goodness. They they take his stuff and have uploaded the reactions before they can upload it. He hates the industrial complex. Oh, it's golden. Freaking golden.
they're fast with it.
And it's like,
I don't like
it's
that.
like, I agree. I mean, have you told them to not do that?
There are instances like where I'll reach out to a content creator ahead of time to be like, are you comfortable with this? If they're not, I'll tell ahead of time.
Are you
like, don't react to
comfortable with
stuff.
this?
Don't
What do you
upload
mean,
this.
are you comfortable with
the
this?
being first to market thing.
But there are still
What does that mean? What are you talking
channels that
about?
Basically take advantage of the lack of protection on YouTube. Not just for me. They do it for Charlie as well. They do it for any Twitch streamer. Like,
How does that
every
work?
Every single Twitch streamer has...
Because Hassan is too dumb to use the copy claim system on YouTube. He is unable to communicate to these other channels in order to get them removed. The secret is he's okay with the channels because when those other channels upload his stuff, he has people that show up in his Twitch feed. But now he's being confronted with the fact that it's a problem for the guy who he currently works for. He's so dumb.
Every single Twitch streamer has like this kind of issue where they will literally go.
It's people they.
Oh, that's one of them. That's literally the channel.
That's
I'm talking
one
about.
of them.
That's the fucking channel.
This is
Hassan Capital 2. Wait, click on this channel.
It's just
here.
an
This is
image.
a great example.
It's just an image.
Oh fuck.
But I know what it is because look, it's the whole fucking thing, and it's 1:30, 1:30. It's the whole interview, and I wasn't even done. It was uploaded before our episode even processed.
Yeah, dude, they
and
do
I'm
that
like,
to,
dude, what
they
the
do that
fuck?
to me as well.
And I know it's not you. So
I'll
I'm not mad
respond
at
to
you.
I'll respond to like a Ben Shapiro video about me, right?
Yeah.
I'll respond to a
yeah,
Ben
you'll
Shapiro
do a
video about
thing.
me, and
then what?
upload it
What will you do
while
about
I'm
it?
Still fucking streaming.
So this blanket, like you guys can upload anything, I don't care, is not really working out. It needs some rules.
But that is a problem with YouTube though, because click on Google Hassan Capital 2 right now. I'm looking at it right now.
Hold on, a problem with YouTube?
Here.
What do you mean a problem with
This is a
YouTube?
great
Why don't you
example,
just
right?
do the copyright claim on
click
it?
Click on the page. Go to videos. Click on the videos. It says fan channel, right? You're like, well, click on oldest.
Oldest.
Boom. You see this shit?
Boom.
I don't give a fuck.
No,
I'm just
I
trying to
can't
make
do
money.
anything.
Boom,
I've
boom
told
what?
YouTube
What
1,000
boom? What
times,
are we
like,
booming
these
here?
are the fucking channels. These, you know what these motherfuckers do? No, you know what they do? You know what they do? They DMCA other fucking fan channels of mine.
Fucking Ethan Klein is telling Hassan how the DMCA system works on YouTube and that he needs to use it and he's too stupid to know what the heck he's talking about. He's just too dumb to figure it out. Baby can't do that.
With my clips.
So you should DMCA this guy.
Do
You
it.
shouldn't let him get away with all this shit.
Like, look at this.
Yeah.
And there's
He's
not
so
much you can do
incensed.
about it.
You can.
There's like so many. No, I've told you to.
him.
There's nothing you can do about it. Yes, you can. No, it's not. DMCA them. It's so simple.
YouTube doesn't care. They don't do anything. You have to do it yourself. They can't file a legal claim. YouTube cannot file a DMCA on your behalf.
That's true. They
can't do it.
cannot.
Okay.
But if you DMCA
Okay.
him 3 times, his channel will get fucking suspended or banned. You know what I mean?
Oh my
Look, all of a
God.
sudden he,
Yeah, boom,
he realized
all of a
Gravy
sudden.
Train. Hassan.
The stream didn't end, but they uploaded a reaction ahead of time because there's people that are probably, they've got their OBS up and they're pulling in the max window on his Twitch channel and they're just waiting for a section, or they're hitting clip on Twitch, and when you get that clip made, you download it and then you can go upload it really quickly. Super simple.
He's about to get me paid.
Yeah, and this is not one channel.
Oh, this was one of his first clips. Was this full rip.
There is so many.
300,000
This channel
views.
is a network. They have they operate like a bot network. We've taken
But
down.
the reason that they're so
we take down-
successful is because, there's no accountability.
I know, but we take down their channels. They just they
Take down their
literally will
channel?
go
What do you mean?
And make a new one. You
This
can't
one's
really
been
do anything.
operating for a minute.
Bring out the whole ocean.
I think
There we
that's
go.
Wild.
Because
Dude, there's so
Oh, I
many
need
of
to
these
move
fucking
that
guys
up a
out there.
little
They do
bit
it to
well,
other
if
podcasts.
you don't care, I'll do DMCAs when they upload my content like that.
Do it.
Because I was like,
I said this for all YouTubers as well. Listen, dude, fan channel,
Here, let's
bot
do it.
channel
This
doesn't
one.
fucking matter. If you don't like,
I'm gonna move
a
that
type
up a little
content,
bit
you
more.
have it on your
Bot
dashboard. You
channel.
click on your dashboard. You see, Hassan fan channel, right? And you see like 10% of
Bat
your video
channel.
was utilized here. It shows up on your dashboard, right? You know,
Right.
You know exactly
Yep.
who's watching your videos
Yeah.
and when, and who's uploaded your videos. If you see
True.
that, number one, if it's a fan channel, they will always have. It will always have an email that you can send a request to. They will immediately take it down. Fan channels will always take it down. If you want, you can also DMCA them. If
I
they
do
don't
think they need
respond
to be
you,
punished,
you should
though.
DMCA them. What?
They gotta
Because
be
here, I'm gonna
punished.
just say this right now. People that are uploading my content wholesale because someone reacted to it, and they're doing it to get ahead of our video in the algorithm, I will DMCA you. And
Do
I
it.
do not give you consent either, which I'm gonna DMCA these videos right now.
Do it. DMCA them.
This motherfucker. Where's the other one? There was 2 of them, right?
Yes.
You sent me 2. Okay. we'll
Welcome
do
back,
that.
NH.
There's a bunch of channels like this.
Yeah,
that-
and it's not. I'm not saying it's your fault at all.
No, I know, dude. This is something that happens to Moist Critical as well. For the record, it's not just me, and like
Not
YouTube's
just
aware
me,
of this
guys.
problem. They just don't really do much about it.
It's not in their tool house. They
Yeah.
don't have the legal authority to start removing people's videos for DMCA. It needs
Well,
to be
they do it for
because they
why?
don't own the
do it-
videos. You do.
I know, but they do it for they demonetize channels like this for what is
Yeah.
it called?
No, they don't
uploading
really do
content.
that.
No, they demonetize channels all the time. So you're not entirely correct on this. They demonetize channels
dude,
for non.
demonetizing is not DMCA, dude.
I know, but when these channels get demonetized, then they're done. There's no use for them to exist any longer.
Mm-hmm.
That's my point. Like,
I don't think YouTube knows what the fuck this channel is.
fuck, what is it called?
It's true. They don't
know.
know.
You
Duplicative-
re-upload- yeah, you
I think
re-uploading-
It's called like
yeah.
duplicative content or something.
I told
Like-
people they could upload our clips and YouTube won't monetize any of them. It's weird that like they seem for some reason anyone that uploads your shit it gets monetized. But like people that were trying to do it for ours, YouTube was like, you can't do that.
Because I don't have an issue with my clips being monetized.
I
don't-
told them that too. It was weird. They wouldn't let me do it.
Yeah.
Well, is it different maybe because the original content lives on Twitch?
Oh, that is
on
why.
space?
That's definitely
Yeah.
right.
So if it was
That's
originally
part of it.
posted
Is
on
that
YouTube,
better?
then I
No,
think
that gives that
get you.
weird.
That's it for sure.
It's not your fault.
It's not your fault.
Sounds like Hassan current actually does believe in limits to IP ripping, contrary to how this whole conversation started. Yeah, exactly. Except I mentioned that in the beginning because I always said there's going to be bad faith people, and that there needs
Did
to be
you-
some level of regulation to deal with bad faith
Did
people.
you talk
which
about
is what I said in the
bad
beginning of this
faith
conversation?
people?
Once again, newsflash: I had a nuanced perspective on a subject matter that I have personal experience with, and yet people have black and white understandings of the subject, so they immediately rush to conclusions on what they think I'm saying. Anyway.
Fuck this guy though, for sure. You know what I mean?
This guy at the Barrett pretty much.
Hassani Capital, not
Oh
that
yeah,
guy.
yeah. There's a
about
bunch
this guy,
of
though?
channels like that.
So here, but anyway, we haven't talked about Trump at all. This kind of went down. I wasn't even planning to have this conversation.
Oh my goodness. I think that's the end of it. It does technically have like 5 more minutes. But yeah, that was so much gold. So much gold. You've got Hassan being confronted with the fact that he creates this culture of people stealing and ripping his stuff, and perpetuates it to the point where nobody's really worried about it. And so when you do have people who are like, oh yeah, no, this isn't cool, we can't, this should not happen, that he just doesn't get it. He don't understand. He don't get it.